Hey fellow garage golfers, Rolling here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. I got a really cool video for you guys at home who have contemplated purchasing a projector, and I want to show you behind me, what does it take to get an image going from something like this, what you see on the screen with it overly exposed and covering more than the screen that we need, to something like that, obviously perfectly set up on the screen with all the dimensions covering the entire screen without it being too large, all with the click of a button, all on one piece of software, and all for under $200. And that's a major difference between the cost of an entry-level projector to a high-end projector that has those features. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that today in today's video. Stay tuned and check it out. All right, thanks again for watching and welcome back. Here at Garage Golf, we provide information on golf products, golf equipment, golf simulators, golf technology, and pretty much anything golf related. So if you're new to our channel, make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell notification to be alerted of new videos like the one we just released here today. As always, if you're interested in building something similar to what you see behind me, whether it be a golf simulator screen, looking at golf simulator mats, launch monitors, anything like that, I want to be your go-to person. Please reach out to me first. I have some links sometimes that I can provide to you that provides the lowest cost to you, and it helps out the channel a bit, all at no additional cost to you as well. So I want to be your go-to person. I'll steer you the right direction no matter what option you're selecting, whether I get a referral for that or not. I'm going to be your go-to guy. So if you have any questions, anytime, reach out to me at rollin@mygaragegolf.com. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the program that I am discussing with you guys today for the golf simulator stuff, for your projector. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about how I came across this. So I recently upgraded from one BenQ projector to a 4K version of the same projector. And while it was a very cool image, and you've seen some of that on our most recent videos, it doesn't have some of the other features that I like 4 corner adjustments where you can go to each individual corner and adjust the image. So I noticed that there's a big discrepancy between entry-level projectors, maybe something costing under $1,000, to some of the high-end stuff that can cost maybe $3,000, $4,000, even $5,000. And a lot of the times, some of the things that separates those two are very minimal. You're talking about similar lumen, similar quality, but it doesn't have some of the features like corner adjustments or digital shrink or different things that you guys need at home to make it very easy to set a projector wherever you need it to be in your space and have it fit your screen accordingly. See a lot of people that have very small pictures on a big screen, or I see people that have overblown images on a smaller screen, and this product here is going to help with some of those issues that you're having. It's a software program directly on your computer. It's called Immersive Display Pro, and I'm going to jump you on the computer right now, and I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit more about what this does, and then here in a few minutes, I'm going to actually help you to show you how we set up our screen and how very customized and unique this program can be. This is used for multiple simulator setups, warped images where it goes around something that's not even a square image, like a circle or a pole. You can pretty much do anything you need with this program. So I'm going to take you to the computer now. I'm going to show you a little bit more about the program, how much it costs, a little bit more information on that, and see if this might be a good fit for you at home. All right, I'm going to take you guys directly to Google, and we're just going to search for Immersive Display Pro, and here you're going to see it come up on the screen. They have a couple of different products. One of them is Immersive Calibration Pro. This would be if you had something like a curved screen that you want to have utilized. And again, very custom you can get as far as warping and blending these images with different products. But the one I use is called Immersive Display Pro. I'm going to go ahead and take you directly to their website now, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information about the product and what they have available. So here's the one I have on my computer, Immersive Display Pro version 4.3.2. There's also an Immersive Calibration Pro. This is going to be a little bit more high-end than what I have, but in all honesty, 99% of you guys out there will be fine with just the Immersive Display Pro. And I just used a basic license, and they sent me the code for it. I didn't use a USB dongle. So $100, I'm assuming that's euro. If I'm mistaken, let me know. But they will convert that so you can basically get that and charge it basically in dollars from there as well. So let's go ahead and show you a little bit more about what this product does in here in just a moment. And just to show you, because the product is 100 euro as for you to purchase it, that equals 121.58 United States dollars. And just because I know I have some users in Canada as well, that's going to equal 152.20 Canadian dollars. So you learn something new every day. All right, so Immersive Display Pro. Let's talk a little bit more about what it does. So basically, it's going to give you a whole lot of different options. I've already downloaded it, and I'm going to show you it directly on my computer to kind of give you an idea on what it can do. But it's going to give you an interface for mapping the projected output to your kind of projector screen. You can do fine-grained controls for overlapping. You can blend different images. A whole lot more stuff that's kind of over my head, in all honesty. You can do color corrections on it per projector. You can have up to 16 projectors per PC in different horizontal and vertical alignment. So this could be a fully immersive 360-degree experience if you have more than one projector by using the software program. It has auto alignment using Immersive Calibration Pro. I don't have Immersive Calibration Pro. Direct exports for simulators and 3D game engines, support for Nvidia Quadro and ATI Pro native warping, and many more. So I've already downloaded it, I've already paid for it on my end, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the software for you now and show you a little bit more of it in detail to kind of show you how it works. And here's my icon for Immersive Display Pro, and it's going to go ahead and start right away, and it's going to pop up on my screen. So what it will do automatically is it will find any projectors, any kind of items that are connected to your computer. So the one caveat of this program is that anything that you want to warp as far as the image must be directly connected to your PC somehow. So in other words, if you have a Roku stick and you plug it into your projector and that's how you watch TV, this isn't going to work for you. So what I do on my setup is I use all apps for everything. I have 3 outputs from my PC. Or if you have just one output, you can use an HDMI splitter and run the output from your PC into a splitter and then into your projector from there, and have a little switch where you can switch between different items. So on mine, I have actually up to 4 outputs, HDMI outputs from my PC. I have 3 monitors and I have 1 projector screen. So that's what I'm using. And the projector screen that I have is here on the bottom. So if you wanted to adjust individual things, you can go onto each screen individually and adjust them. Or for me, what I would do is I would just go on directly to my projector, click it, and then basically set up the warping that I've already saved. So I'm going to do this brand new for you so I can show you how this works and how many options you have at your disposal. It's going to take me a little bit to kind of pull it up for you guys, and I'm going to actually take you directly to my simulator screen so you can see it in use, but I'll be sitting on the computer, so you won't see me, but I want you to see how it adjusts the image on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that with you guys here in just 1 minute. All right, so I've already went ahead and turned off all the lights in my studio. You won't see that quite yet. You're still going to see my computer screen, but I want to go ahead and show you how to go about adjusting this image. So I've already selected it. All you got to do is click on it once, and now I'm going to go down here to configure alignment. And now I'm going to go ahead and take you to my actual camera, so you'll be able to see my projector screen now here, fully pulled up, and everything's set to go. So I want to show you this brand new, as if we haven't adjusted it before. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out the image and show you what that looks like here in just a moment. All right, so you've seen the screen now, but before I go on back to the screen, I want to show you how we can control the points. So if you look here under horizontal and vertical, you're going to have the option to select as many horizontal and vertical points that it will allow you to do. So right now I had it set at 3. Where there's 1, 2, 3 dots on the screen on the top, 3 on the side, 3 on the bottom, and that's how you adjust it to fit your screen dimensions. So if I wanted to actually get as much detailed as I want it to be, I can go up to 6 dots, I can go up to 10 dots, and you really can customize this as many dots as you want to make it very fine-tuned to your screen. For me, I just went easy and I did 3, but I wanted to show you, and you'll see that here on the screen. You're going to see multiple dots throughout the top, throughout the bottom, and throughout the middle that you can now adjust on the screen. And then same thing for vertical. So if I were to go 4, 5, 6, now you're going to see 6 vertical dots along the side as well. And this is how we're basically adjusting the image to drag and drop it to fit along the edge of your screen here. So now I have 6 horizontal, 6 vertical. Basically, I have different screens that I can select as well. And this is how you set your image, because it's not only about adjusting the dots to where they fit on your screen, but you also don't want the image to look warped either. So there's different selections. I'm going to show you on the screen a few of them, for example. All right, so this, for example, is a color one. There's a text one as well that you'll see here. But to me, it's about kind of making sure that the image is straight across the middle and across the top. So I found a couple that I like the most, and I'll show those to you a little bit. The checkerboard is okay because you'll be able to see all the checkers along the image, but it's kind of hard to determine if those lines are straight or not. There's another one that I liked, checkerboard 2, I believe. Now this one has numbers and colors and different lines, so each line is numbered, 18 vertically, all the way through 25, basically 30, I believe, horizontal. So it has a whole bunch of different lines and numbers. So that's one thing to keep in mind, but this one's a little bit easier to adjust. It's one of the ones that I like the most. And this is also not a bad one either. This is a dynamic 1. So again, it makes it easier because there's white lines that you can see here that go across the screen, and there's boxes. So we want to make sure that these boxes don't look warped. In other words, if we were to go in here and stretch out one of these lines, you could potentially warp the image. I'm going to show you how that would be. But let's say I want to move this line right here, and I want to drag it up. You see how the image gets warped now? So we don't want that. Obviously, we want that line to be straight. So you can go in there and kind of drag that line as needed, and just make sure that that image now looks straight. So I've let go of that image. So what I would do is I would go along the entire perimeter of this first, and I would drag it down to where it needs to be on my screen, because it starts off the screen here. So what I've done is I've dragged each of these little lines, diamonds, onto the screen to where they fully fit my screen all the way along, as close as possible. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be pretty darn good. Along the bottom here that you see, all the way across the bottom, because my goal is to have it take up as much of my screen as possible, obviously without warping the image. So that's what I've done here. And as you see, the lines, they go horizontal here, so you can make sure that they're not warped either. There might be some slight warping here and there, but these are things that you can adjust as you go. And again, you can add as many of these points as you want. I honestly feel that the lower amount of points that you add as far as the control points makes it a little easier for you to adjust, because if you're controlling each individual line, even on the 6 lines that you see here, you're going to have a lot more that you can obviously manipulate and potentially mess up. So if I were to adjust it back down to 3 and go back to that again, and see now I've adjusted it back to 3, and you're only going to have 1 point in the middle, and our only goal will be to make sure that this line here across the middle stays straight horizontally, and that this line here across the middle stays straight vertically, and then pretty much the rest of it is already accomplished for you. And then my only goal is to drag each one of these little diamonds that you see here down as much as possible, so you make sure you see the actual image. So you can adjust that as you need to, basically. And then just make sure all of it fits within your screen size, and now you're good to go. So you see how easy this program is. So now let's say that I'm done, and I want to go ahead and save my settings the way that I have them now. And now that I've done it once, I don't have to go in each time and do this. I just have to basically get it where I want it to be and then adjust it. Now, there's a whole bunch of other things you can do. I have not touched any of these things, but there's things like an align feature. And again, the align feature, you're going to see now, if I were to click that, my goal is to make sure that this line here is all the way across this horizontally. So now I can drag this to where that line stays horizontal right across that middle line. So again, that way there's no warping. And I've already done this and saved it. And then here, the horizontal line, and you see that a little bit of it's off the screen, so I just got to kind of manipulate it. Let me see if I can grab it here. See, there's a horizontal line or the vertical line. I've dragged it there. And then this one pretty much down here is already straight. So I can grab it and move it just a tad. And then now I know that that image is not going to be warped across the screen. So that's pretty cool. And then there's some other things that you can do. There's a geometry. That's the one that we messed with alignment. I don't really mess with geometry. You can adjust colors. You can adjust masking. If you had like 2 projectors that were blending together, you can blend those as well. A lot of that's over my head, to be honest, but my main goal for this was to get a product that will allow me to warp the image on my screen and allow me to use it with my projector now and then not have any issues moving forward. So I'm going to take you back now, and now let's just say I went ahead and closed this. So I'm going to get you off of the projector screen here in my studio and take you back to the computer screen. So I'm going to go ahead and close this because it's the way I want it to be. And now I'm going to open it back up for you here, but I'm going to do it on my computer screen so you can see it. Okay, so we have all this, obviously, the way we want it now, and let's just say that we're ready to save it. So all we have to do now is I clicked on close, that's ready to go. And then now I would go to File, Save As, and here you see final.dat. That's my product that I've saved for myself. So if you're doing this for the first time, you would just basically create a new file for you that says, like, my custom settings, for example. And then all we would do is click on Save. And now, from now on, this is automatically saved to your warped image category or your catalog here. So you can save this for multiple different profiles if needed or different settings for how you want it. But once you really set this and you get it ready the way you like it, you really don't have to modify it too much. So all you do is click on Save. I'm not going to do it because I already have mine saved in there, but that's all you'd have to do. So now the next time you come in and you're basically ready to have your projector, you can basically go into where it has settings, and here you see Start on Windows Start, or on or off. I have mine off because I also have 3 other screens, and this is not glitch free per se. I'm going to talk to you about a few of the things that I really love about this product. I'll talk to you about a few of the things that I don't love about this product. But again, keep in mind, we're talking about a product that's 120 bucks US. It's going to allow you to do whatever you need to do with your screen. So I'll take the glitches that come with it to not have to, say, upgrade $3,000 to a higher projector if I needed to. So if I want it to start each time Windows starts automatically when you restart your computer, I would put that as on. I don't do that because there's a little glitches here and there that I don't like that I'll talk to you guys about. Same thing with auto start desktop warping. I don't do that. So basically when I turn my projector on, and now if you're only using this for Golf Simulator and that's it, you're not using your computer on a regular basis like I do for videos and stuff like that in here, you can do that. That would not be an issue. So now every time you come in, you turn it on, it's ready to go. It's going to run the way you want it to go. As far as the rest of this stuff, I didn't change any of it. Force desktop rotation, enable stats, nothing like that have I done. But basically, this is what I use it for. This is my sole purpose. Now, there's a whole lot more, again, that you can jump into. But now let's just say I have everything the way I want it, and basically we're good. You already had your settings saved. Then all you'd have to do is minimize this, and you're good to go. So if you were to restart your computer and you want it to automatically warp the image when you come up, then you can do that. One other thing, make sure that you select Warp Cursor, because if your image is warped and your cursor's not, when you go to click on what you see on your projector screen, it's not going to be clicking exactly where you're clicking because your mouse isn't following that warped image. So make sure to select Warp Cursor. That's the one thing I always keep on. So that way, wherever I click on my projector screen is actually clicking it with the mouse. So we're good there. And then basically, again, we've already saved our profile. Your settings will automatically save, or if you just want to make sure, you just go back and hit File, Save As, save it again, so that way it's already set for you. And then you can even lock this and it doesn't get touched or basically messed with. And you would minimize it and you're good to go. So I'm going to just basically exit this for now. And then let's just say this is the first time that I've started up my projector and I want to have my image warped, right? So I just came into the studio or the Garage Golf setup. I come in, I turn my projector on, I start something. I'm going to go ahead and start SkyTrack on the screen. And you guys will see SkyTrack on the screen now. I'm going to show it to you. And as you see, it's not warped yet. It's the way that we showed it to you the very first time that we set it up. All right, so now you're going to see that on your projector screen. Now, I'm going to go into Immersive Display Pro. I'm going to click it. It's going to pull it up automatically. I've selected this display. And if you have anything that says your display is not selected, all you would do is click here, select loaded display, and then hit select. Now, all I have to do is click enable desktop warping. I'm going to take you back to the Garage Golf studio now. Check this out, enable desktop warping. and boom, there it is, perfectly set up the way we had it set up on the screen. Everything is adjusted accordingly. And you even see the little bars on the bottom. You see the timestamp bottom right. And just like anything else, if you were to go on the screen, you can make it, I find it's quite small actually for whatever reason. But you can basically, like if you're looking at a website, you can hit control and bring the mouse up, but like the little icons are kind of small. Other than that, it's pretty cool. So let me come back. I want to talk to you about a few things that I really love, a few little quirks of the program. But overall, it's something that I'm really, really impressed with, and I think it's something that will help save you guys a lot of money at home, especially if you're considering upgrading to a projector just because of these type of features. So I'll be right back with you guys in just 1 second. All right, so overall, really, really cool stuff with Immersive Display Pro, but it's not without its little quirks. So I want to go over a few of the things that you need to be made aware of before you consider purchasing this product. Number one, I have no affiliation with this product whatsoever. I came across it when we upgraded to the BenQ projector, and we decided to test it out. And it's something that I really like, but it's not without quirks and not without problems. So I'm going to address those with you guys now to let you know a few things before you consider purchasing it. Number one, you must first be able to place your projector somewhere where it covers your entire screen. So in other words, it will not allow you to blow up the image per se more than wherever it is currently set up on your projector. So if you have a tiny little image and you want to have it blown up to cover the rest of your screen, that kind of situation will not work with Immersive Display Pro. You need to be able to cover the four corners of your screen and have it kind of how I had it set up originally. So if that means you have to move your projector closer to your screen, that's okay as long as you can cover as much of your screen as possible, as much as you can cover, because what it will allow you to do then is then shrink down that image to your screen. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Number two, as we talked about already, in order for your projector to be warped as far as the image, you must have it connected to your computer. That's first and foremost. So in my setup here, where I had my projector, it basically was set up. Did you guys hear that, by the way? Here. I think I'm going through puberty or something. All right, keep it along. So anyways, my projector set up here, and I did have a Roku stick that I had plugged in there. There was a 4K Roku stick or whatever. I'm not able to use that now as a result because I have to have it going through my computer. So instead what I do, and you see a website behind me, this is our YouTube page, so if you haven't checked it out, obviously you're checking it out right now, make sure you click that subscribe button somewhere that's not on my screen right now, but make sure to click subscribe. Anyways, if you have a website up, so like YouTube TV is a web-based program. There's also different programs like Sling and other things that you can access via the web. And that's how I watch TV in here. I put on YouTube TV, and then I use the exact same setup. Again, once you set it up for your projector, and that's gonna set it up for your golf simulator, it will also set it up for websites. As you see, it's the same dimensions as the way I've already manipulated my image, which is cool. So I go to YouTube TV, I pop that up here, everything's warped already, it looks good, looks perfect, and I'd watch my TV that route. So that's another thing though, if you don't have a way to do that, you can do that by utilizing an HDMI splitter where you have an HDMI going out from your computer into an HDMI splitter, and then from there you have different things that are plugged into that splitter, and that's how you basically connect from the splitter itself to your projector, and there'll be 4 sources or 2 sources or whatever you purchase for your splitter that you can kind of change, and that's how I had my setup here originally as well. So there's ways to kind of alter that, which is something to keep in mind. Number 3, it is kind of glitchy sometimes. So I'll tell you a couple issues that I've had with it. Number 1, once I've enabled the warp image, there's been times where I go to like my email or different things and I go to click on it and my mouse just disappears. I don't know why it does that. And I've tried disabling that mouse warping. I've tried disabling a few other things. So when I'm using it for simulator setup, I only use it for that. When I'm done using it, I'm not watching TV on the screen, I'll basically exit out of that program, because if I have it on, I'll have some issues sometimes. There was even an issue where I went to the search bar and I started trying to type something and it didn't allow me to type for whatever reason. So it's not always issues like that, but I do have issues from time to time. So just something to keep in mind, not without its little quirks and issues. I've gone in there sometimes where I go to click enable and it doesn't work. So I find the best way to do it is to open up the product first. So if you're going into your SkyTrack application, for example, go ahead and do that, put it up on the screen, and then go into Immersive Display Pro and then click enable warping, and it should do that automatically. But if you save your settings like I did and I showed you how to do, I've not had any issues. Every time I go in there, I click enable warping, it warps it just fine, and it's ready to go. If you ever see that, like, you think it looks great, you go back to it and there's the middle of the screen is warped or something, again, try to limit your points to 3, 3 on each side, 3 on the top, and that will help you avoid a lot of that little wave in the middle of your screen as well. So other than that, I think it's a pretty awesome program. What do you guys think at home? Let me know, because you're talking about something that costs you $121 basically, and that's for a lifetime license for this product. So if I ever have a different projector or anything like that, and I want to set it up, I can do that. You can set multiple projectors up to 16, I believe, through this software program. And there's also an immersive, another program above it, Calibration Pro, which does some of this stuff even automatically. So I've not dealt with that stuff. You know, if it did it automatically and I never had to worry about it, it may be something that you would want to consider. But for me, this is all I really need it for. You know, it does the 4 corner adjustments and then some. It basically allows you to shrink that image as much as you need to. So some projectors have a digital shrink, some of them don't. Some projectors have 4 corner adjustments, some of them don't. But again, the biggest caveat is make sure your projector screen, get the shortest throw projector that you can find, and if it covers all of your screen, you're good to go. If you have a longer throw projector and it's only covering a very small portion of your screen, this unfortunately won't fix it. So there's just something to keep in mind. But I think it's a really awesome product. I'd love to see your thoughts on it, see if you have any questions. And it's something I've been using now for going on about 3 months. Before I did a video on it, I wanted to make sure that it's something I would recommend. And in my situation, again, remember, this is nothing I have any affiliation with. I do like it. I think it's something that will work well for you. And there may be other programs out there, but this is the only one that I've tested, you know, so far up until this point. So I like it a lot. I think it's a good fit for what we do here on the channel and for what a lot of our viewers need at home. So I thought I'd do a video for you guys. I'd love to see and hear your thoughts on it. If you have any questions, reach out to me at roland@mygaragegolf.com. If you like this video, please smash that like button, or even gently click the like button, or even just breathe on the like button as long as it actually works and clicks like. And then also make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're continuing to grow. We're over 200 subscribers now moving forward. I got a lot of cool stuff in the works for you guys at home. We're having some products now that we're going to be able to test, new golf clubs, golf equipment, a lot of cool stuff coming in. We're going to also be testing out the Swing Turf mat here pretty soon through Rain or Shine Golf, one of the things I have been asking for a while. So I'm looking forward to providing my input on that for you guys at home also. If you haven't joined our Facebook group down below, make sure to do so. And again, any questions, anything that you want to do with your golf simulator, please reach out to me first. I'd love to be your point of contact. I help you no matter what, whether you click my links or not, or use my links or not, I'm still here to help. So I pride myself on that. I want to be your point of contact. That's why I started this channel. Again, you know, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you have questions on this, let me know. And until the next time, as always, keep on golfing. Thanks again.